That's wild how that came in.
Look at that, man. Shout out Dan Birrell from Football Victoria, and shout out Brownie
Yeah.
James
from the
Brown.
Gold Coast. This is a match-worn Jake Barker-Daish jersey with no sponsor on it from a brand I've never heard of in my life.
What is it?
Fita.
And probably will never hear of. for how uncomfortable that shit was.
Oh,
My
really?
God, bro.
Yeah.
Also, just to one, I don't know how that's here. Two, pretty sure me and James Brown swap shirts. And after 10 years, he's gone, fuck this. And somehow now it's been given to you guys.
What's the least important jersey in my collection?
How was that happen?
Probably
how
the
was that
Barker-Daish.
conversation happen? Like, here, man, just take that in.
Oh, it's one of those when you get a present and then it's been passed on to someone else and somehow you've found out about it.
And the guy, he's
On
walked
national
into the room
television.
to the people that it's been given to. Welcome back, Jake.
So there's your nice words, Brownie.
Yeah, piece of shit.
As you guys can see, Mr. Baldy isn't here. He's in Thailand. I'm talking about Gavin for our listenership. Gavin is not here. I know he doesn't speak for the first 20 minutes anyway, but he's not here at the moment.
Is that not a better nickname than GD, Gavin and Eddie?
GD is the worst fucking nickname ever.
Yeah,
Mr. Baldy.
it
Mr.
rattled me
Baldy.
for 10 minutes when I was on last time. I was like, what did he say? Mr. Baldy, that's insane.
But then technically we do have a bald guy
That's
still
like
here.
a grade 3 slur.
Yeah. Grade 3.
Oh, Gavin's grade 2 joke level. He's not here. He's in Thailand doing fuck knows what. I think he just left. He said he was going on Tuesday. He was there on Sunday. So, and I don't know how he got all that mate through the customs, but
What, did he change his ticket?
he must have. He goes, I'm going on Tuesday, and he was there on Sunday.
Yeah.
Gav, if you're listening, you must be bored because you have not stopped hitting the group chat. Go out to Patong, man. So we've got Mr. Jake Barker-Daish on.
Thanks for having me back.
Daishi.
Nah. We're not calling him Daishi.
Why not?
No, we're not calling him Daishi. I'm not having that.
Okay.
I'm not having
Do better.
This is not an AFL podcast.
JBD, bro.
Daish.
JBD.
Nick Daish.
That's not bad. Yeah, very good.
Okay. JBD.
Okay.
JBD.
Welcome to Suited and Booted. To my left we have,
Lord Mahazi.
and to my right we have
JBD.
JBD. Not the best, but still better than GD.
What, are you going with Jerogba?
Jarogba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the middle we have Jarogba. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We thought we'd have a bit of a fun one today after the seriousness of last week, all that info that we dropped on your head tops.
Can I ask, like, summarising what were like the 2 or 3 most interesting points from that podcast?
Before we do that, Nor, I'm closer to my mic than Jake is. Are the levels the same? Okay, cool. The main points you want to know.
What was most interesting?
I think what was most interesting to me was, and this probably wasn't the most important point, but the drop-off
Yeah.
in participation from under 12s and under 18s going into 13 and 19.
Yeah.
Because the reasoning was that in under 12s, that's when it starts to get competitive. So the next year you see a drop-off, and then under 18s it goes to seniors football. So then that's when you also
And I
see a
think
drop-off.
I would have assumed the 18s one, but not the 12s to 13s.
12 can be also, because if you're playing multiple sports, they start clashing on days.
Yeah.
And also, at that point, you either start taking it a bit more seriously or you're just doing it to do a team
Yeah, I
sport
mean,
and
in
stuff.
hindsight, it makes sense, but it was probably what did he say the numbers were? It was
It's like a 2,000-3,000 person drop-off.
yeah.
So
I think the participation that was interesting, the increase in participation. One thing that was massively interesting to me was that what they're seeing in terms of new players coming in is for every new boy, there's a new girl.
Wow.
So the new participation is
That's Matilda's driven,
equalising
probably,
pretty much.
right?
Yeah.
Well, he said even the boys' numbers went up after the Matildas. He goes, it wasn't just the girls' numbers that have went up, which is good, I guess. It's just about sort of figuring out how do they retain those numbers. That was the most interesting one to me.
Probably reduce registration prices for a
Well,
start.
of course, yes.
That's logical.
Yes, definitely.
Make it cheaper to play.
Yes, make it free. No, don't make it free, but make it cheaper. What else? There was a lot, bro. There was a lot. I didn't realize state league players couldn't get paid.
Yeah, did you realise that? That it's
illegal?
Technically an amateur league.
They don't.
No, like
Yeah, I know.
I think we all
they
knew. I think we all knew that the
That's-
amounts were not completely above board, but I didn't know it was actually illegal to be getting paid anything.
Imagine these clubs got audited.
Because of us.
Yeah, well,
That's what I said on the comments.
I've never seen any payment at those levels.
I don't even know what he was talking about.
He messaged me the other day saying, "Hey, shit, I didn't realise that people are going to probably now hate us in the football, in the local football."
No, I commented that on the post. That's for the
did ya?
public. Yeah.
Right. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah.
I found out you're allowed to have 2 jobs as a professional. This whole time I was under the impression that if you sign a professional contract, that's the only place you can work.
Yeah. But what did he say about the contracts at NPL level? They're classed as professional contracts,
They should be.
like by the law, because like they're not professional.
He said like, he goes, please check with us, because then there comes the situation of you being held hostage because the club lies to you and say, no, you can't leave, mate. You're on a professional contract. So he's like, well, you should check with the FFV that you actually are. Because if you aren't, we'll chase the club up and you can leave or, get what you're owed or whatever.
Right.
So he said if you're going to do it, lodge it with the Football Victoria so it's all on the books so you can't be rorted. You ever been rorted?
No, but I know places that rort. And they won't see me in their colours. Yeah.
What about you? You ever been,
Have I been
shafted?
Audited?
No, not audited, rorted.
What do you mean rorted?
Like
Done dirty.
like contract obligations have not been met, whether that's through payment or...
They didn't pay the Lord.
Bro, remember there were certain teams in the A-League for a period making players train alone and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think still may go on to this day. I know it's gone on until like last season with certain situations.
Isn't that what Fahid said they made
which
him
is 100%
Made him
illegal.
do? Nah, that he wasn't getting played in the team.
Oh, because of the contract.
He wasn't getting made to train by himself.
Yeah, okay.
When I got there, when I got to Melbourne Victory, there was maybe 6 players training by themselves.
So they couldn't get paid.
No, they still get paid, but it's like almost like a way of trying to force you out quicker.
Oh, okay.
So
So it's like a really slow, painful
painful
death.
Well, we're here now. I mean, there's a question in amateur agents that links to this. Should I ask it now or wait?
Yeah, let's go do it.
Okay, so some guy said, let me get up the exact question here.
Yeah, that's happened quite a lot, bro. I
Which-
reckon in the time.
Which leagues and clubs in Victoria's top tiers don't pay their players if they're suspended for a reckless red card, and which pay them for training in that time?
What? Say it again. Sorry. Repeat
So
the question.
basically what he's saying is...
Well, you can't. That doesn't make sense. You can't. What they're going to find someone is probably the better way to say it. You can't not pay someone.
I've heard
for
of
getting
teams
sent off.
making the player pay for their fine of the red card.
He's saying if it's a really, really reckless one, does the club... Do you know of any clubs that, all right, you got a stupid red card, we're not paying you for 3 weeks. We're not paying you for 4 weeks.
No, I think it's what Jake's saying. Like they'll maybe fine the player. You can't not pay them because then you're not fulfilling your contractual obligations.
Well, there was a situation recently, I don't know the ins and outs of it.
We're talking about how reckless are we talking here? We're talking like a tackle? Because like then, no, that's a fine. Also, I'm under the impression for the second part of that question, you get, it's depending on when you play. Paid as you play. You know?
Yeah, that could be another thing as well.
Some might be separate, like they have like,
Yeah, it depends what we're talking about. Are we talking about semi-professional leagues or professional? Because if it's a professional contract and it's a professional league, then they've got to follow
Protocol.
what the contract says and what FIFA do and all that stuff.
Maybe
You
he was
can't just
talking
not
about
pay
like
them.
maybe he was talking about like State 1, MPL 3 or something, I don't know.
Yeah, probably that would happen for sure at that level.
Not in A-League,
I
of
would
course, but it's definitely not happening in the A-League.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
maybe-
any. I don't know any specific clubs.
I don't know,
I mean,
bro.
it's too.
I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. because you can have
Well,
a situation
unless
where
they're like
you're-
throwing punches to the crowd or something, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
but stuff on field, I don't think you can.
Yeah, if you're, and the thing is, man, people break people's legs
On accident.
by accident.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, obviously they do it deliberately as well. I don't know. It's a hard one. I think it'd have to be pretty reckless. It'd have to be pretty
Shout out
reckless.
Kevin Muscat. I'll ask you then quickly before we get on to another topic. Have you guys ever been red carded in your professional careers? And if so, what was the punishment? What was the fine? How long did you miss?
Well, funny enough, I actually topped the league at one point for the amount of yellow cards.
Yeah, you were a yellow card merchant,
You fiend.
Not
You were
one,
a yellow
not
card
one
merchant.
red card ever in my
which is a
professional career.
skill set, you know, because getting a yellow card and at the top level, staying off getting another one, because it can be such a fine line of like just clipping someone wrong or getting caught in something and then you're off, is actually a skill in itself to hit someone early and then just to know how to kind of mark space and give contact without pushing any boundary.
Okay, so did the A-League not have a rule of 5 yellow cards equals a missed game?
Yeah,
I
you got
I
that.
would've got I think I got probably 2 suspensions per year every year, or maybe one.
Wait,
at
so
least.
that means you were getting like 12 yellows a season or something? More?
I think 1 year I was on like 12 or 13, something like that.
You're a sick
Me
cunt.
and Danny Georgievsky were at the top.
See,
in the
now...
league. And the funny thing was, I was coming off the bench that season, which makes it even funny. I wasn't even playing 90-minute games.
Yeah, but as a sick, that was your impact.
Yeah, you're a
start
sicko.
hitting people. That was part of why probably why you kept coming back on.
Rashid wouldn't have played any next games at the Euros. You know how the yellows go over? You would have missed every single next game.
And then, we'll go to Jake, but then the only time I've ever got a red card was when I was playing for Frankston Pines and I was trying to get fitness. I'd just gone there and I was playing in the reserves. So this is NPL 2 level at that time. In the reserves, and I took a free kick in the first half, just shanked it and went, fuck. Got a yellow card for that. He goes, no swearing.
What? So you were playing churches. You were lying then.
Basically,
Frankston Pines.
Yeah, Frankston
And then-
Churches
That
League.
doesn't happen.
And then second half, 60th minute, I line up another free kick. I shank it again, and I go, fuck. He comes and gives me a second yellow red card. Off you go.
For swearing at the sky.
myself.
Bro, I would have told him, mate, you're worse in the street out in Frankston. You can send
That's
me
what
off
I'm
for that on the field. That's ridiculous.
What the hell?
That's refereeing at NPL levels atrocious.
Well,
bro.
we spoke about that, yeah. So a lot of people say the quality needs
mean,
to go
look,
up. What about you, though, the red?
I only ever got one, and it's a ridiculous situation, bro. And again, the perception of things that happened that aren't real. But I came off the bench for an Australia under-20 game in Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, and we played against Vietnam, and I was on for 5 minutes. Never got a red card in my life. I used to get yellow card here and there, but not really like a dirty kind of tackler. And I went in for a tackle that was like a 60-40, and the guy kind of fell in, and he kind of got caught in mud, and I went in and got the ball, but like the way my foot went in, followed by electrifying screaming from him, going, straight red from an official from Asia who thought I actually like full started him. I actually never got him, but Paul Oakon, the coach, didn't speak to me after it. I'm like, I didn't even touch him. So
Paul?
This is hard. I
Paul
tell you what, the
Akon.
screaming, it works. It works.
Fucking it.
It's works.
Mate, it was outstanding. Yeah, I got done beautifully. So,
One of
yeah,
the
that was
worst
my only red
tackles
card.
I've seen in recent history is that Germany versus who was their first round on Gundogan.
Scotland. This Euros.
Oh yeah, that was shocking.
Oh my god,
Bro, imagine how many red cards would have been given back in the day now with VAR. Like I was seeing
That's true.
that like through some of the podcasts that I watch of like, you know, Roy Keane and all these other tackles of like things that happened.
Yeah.
It's like, man, instant cards everywhere.
I'm going to give away the most genius business idea ever.
Okay.
And get mad at me and we can take it out if it's too good.
Okay.
There needs to be a YouTube channel or an Instagram page that says, what if VAR was around for, and then do each game. Like obviously Chelsea would have won against Barcelona in that. That's the worst officiated game I've ever seen. Fuck you, Nor. The one where Drogba goes,
This
"It's a
is
fucking
fucking disgrace."
That if you watch that game back,
Balak's chasing the ref and he's like...
you know that ref. I don't think he refed after that. I think he was getting
No way.
Oh, well,
death
Graham Poll at the World Cup booking Simonic three times was pretty bad.
Oh yes,
and that was in a World Cup in a group game that we got. Australia ended up winning, but still, like we
3 yellows.
We only just got through by Kuhl's goal, which really we could have been playing against 10 men.
Yeah, that's
I don't
crazy.
think Graham Poll officiated for a while or quit after that. I'm pretty sure. Do you remember? He didn't realise. Remember Simonic was running
it's
on?
crazy.
Who played for Australia? Who was like born and raised in Australia?
I
or grew
know.
up in
He went
Australia.
AIS.
Yeah, I remember him getting booked and he's running off and he kind of murmurs something either in Croatian or English and it's like insinuating like he doesn't know. And like we're all sitting there like thinking, what's going on here?
Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Chelsea versus Arsenal, the ref red carded the complete wrong player. Like it was meant to go to like Walcott or something, but it went to
Yes, I remember
Kieran
this one.
Gibbs or
I
something
remember
like
this
that.
one. Yes,
and he
I remember that.
got red carded. And I was like,
it went Oxlade-Chamberlain and Kieran Gibbs.
That one.
Well,
That's
that
the
one.
Yeah, that's
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
What about the goal line technology? Could you imagine? Far out.
Well, Lampard,
the
20,
Lampard.
Frank Lampard
Oh
was one of
my
the greatest goals ever.
God.
Bro,
Henri's handball.
It actually would be
Maradona.
crazy. The whole
Sorry,
Argentina
Gav.
don't win a World Cup. I mean,
can
a lot could
someone,
change.
what we need to do, we need to get this into Twitter. We need to get someone like a football
Nerd.
I wasn't going to say that,
Yep.
but let's say that a football
Expert.
expert.
How have you rephrased that? How is that an expert? Not too sure.
to go through all these moments,
Yeah.
correct them, and see who would have won what titles,
Yep.
and who would have been, top of the league, trophies, all that. Football history would be completely different.
Well, but also you got to think though, like that like the tackle from the Scottish player, like as bad and awful as it was on a player like Gundogan, like 20, 30 years ago, is a very smart tackle because you've hit their good player in a way that no one's seen, and it's playing on. So now you can't take those risks anymore.
When,
so I think
Sergio Ramos was doing that kind of stuff, was VAR around? No.
no, VAR's been around not that long.
VAR started
28. Like when he injured Salah.
Oh, it might have been, that might have been the year it came in or the year after. Like it was around.
And there was
That
one
time,
there
I think.
where he did with Messi as well.
Oh, he'd be finished.
No, there was a lot of tackles in the Premier League early doors on Cristiano Ronaldo that were allowed and stuff were like booking offences straight away.
I'll never forget. I was in my living room, and it was one of the biggest games that I've ever watched in my living room. Biggest, craziest atmosphere in my living room. Chelsea versus Man United in 2010. It was basically a game for the league, right? We won 2-1, I think. Drogba scored. He just absolutely lashed this strike. Keeper had no chance. It was offside. It was clearly offside. That changes it. Do we win the title that year?
Yep.
The Liverpool ghost goal, the Champions League against us.
Yeah.
Does that, that comes into it? There's so
Okay, I've got
many.
another question for the VAR with the offside thing. What do we think about this, right? So you know how there's the toe one that was recent? Was it Lukaku?
That
toe,
is fucked.
Okay. How are you defining when the ball's actually how do you know when the ball's actually leaving the foot?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's getting too technical. Like that would not get called without VAR, right? Like you can't see that. So it's you know what I mean. So calling something, even the Denmark coach, he said it recently. Like, but they lost that centimeter offside that they received.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
That's ruined. It ruined their tournament.
It was
And it's like,
literally a centimeter.
yeah, how can you give that?
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily wrong. Like, it's not wrong. Like, if they go to it and they find, okay, there is a toe, then it's toe. It's black and white, right? It's the toe.
Yeah, but
in front.
What you're saying is true.
Yeah,
It's
which
like
is when is the ball actually leaving the foot?
That's what I'm saying, because from the moment of is it the moment of contact, or is it when the ball leaves the foot?
Yeah.
No, it's got to be contact. I feel. What's
Well, I
the
don't
difference?
know.
What's the
Well,
difference
that's the difference of a toe.
Yeah, but
That's
exactly.
like a millimeter.
But it can't be because then the ball's just air once it's left the foot.
True.
So it's like it's got to be when it hits.
Yeah, you're right. Don't know why I said that.
I was just breaking it down.
Sorry, fuck up. Sorry, I didn't play pro.
The ball's in the air or it's moving now. It's clear. How did it get there?
Yeah, you fucking football nerd.
Hey, when we had you on the pod, did we not say, by the way, I thought about this morning, did we not say, where's Tommy Orr now? And then now he's doing the coverage of the Euro?
No, I said, did I say he was on Optus?
Oh, maybe you did. I remember us talking about it, and then I didn't even notice until this morning.
No, he's been doing.
It's Tommy Orr.
He's been doing stuff with Optus. I reckon. I'm guessing even involved in the last World Cup, but sporadically. But yeah, I think he's doing more and more.
Sweet guy, but he needs to fix his pronunciation of players' names.
Oh, does he?
Wait. I've got a view on this, bro. Okay, go. Tell me, what do you think?
Well, where
is
we
he not
like the
pronouncing-
Georgian names and stuff?
Okay, let's go all the way back to Lucy Zelic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, for those who don't remember or don't know, Lucy Zelic was a presenter on SBS, I believe.
Yeah, the Les Murray days.
Yeah. And she would really try and pronounce the names like how they were meant to be pronounced in the correct fashion. But some people thought she was putting it on. Some people thought she was going a bit too far. Like she'd say, Cristiano Ronaldo or Ronaldo. Like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Have you heard his Portuguese impersonation?
Can you say, hey, you're just on that. You know, the whole Premier League, they get sent players like walking into a camera and that they have to say their full name for the commentators.
Yeah, I've seen that recently.
And Bruno is Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, Bruno
and they still call him Fernandes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's telling you what his name is, but you're not respecting it. So I would err on the side of I liked what Lucy Zelic did.
Well, I didn't.
It's just we live in a country that just doesn't like
give a fuck.
Yeah, doesn't really give a fuck about and respect that that cultural.
We live in a country where they say
recognition.
Don't really know how to pronounce that, but Jimmy Karagunianis. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
I'm pretty sure though, when you pronounce someone's name, it's not for everyone else. It's to get the person's name fucking right.
Well, that's right.
So
Look,
for everyone else that has an opinion on it, is complete lunatic.
I'm with you. Although there were times, and I can't lie, there were times where
Do you think she was putting it on? Yeah.
I don't think no. Obviously, she's putting it on, but it's whether she should be putting it on or not.
Is she like? Can
She
you
doesn't
give me more?
Ronaldo. That's not her. That's not her accent.
Yeah, I think that you've made that example up. Ronaldo, it's Ronaldo, right? Like even he calls himself Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't think she's mispronounced his name.
It was like a real hardcore pronunciation of something.
No, she definitely is that. Yeah, she was renowned for that.
I think that's actually. I'm going to be real with you. I'd rather that than people just constantly choosing the easy way to pronounce a name. Like when they say, like they don't even try Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah,
they don't even Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. They don't even try it.
Oh, that's a good. Is that right?
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah.
Is that the Georgian player?
The Georgian player.
Right,
Georgian player.
George, yeah.
Right.
Kvicha.
He's a quality player.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. I think I'm the other side. I'm like, just say it with your voice.
Okay, fair enough.
Whatever your voice is, just say it like that.
Like your accent or whatever.
That I can agree with. Yeah, putting on a voice doesn't make sense, but saying the name right.
It's like
but you almost have to put on a voice to do it.
When people say, where you go on this holiday? I'm going to Ibiza.
Yeah.
Bruh, you're from Dandenong, man.
Yeah, but see, then you go to Europe and people are like, it's Ibiza. So you get caught up in saying it like that. Did you ever speak in broken English when you were speaking to
Probably
imports?
by accident.
Oh, bro.
Probably by accident.
I had broken English by week 3 with the RGs, man. I was there drinking mate and like speaking in like, you know, missing words in sentences just to say basic language. But they could understand me.
I've done a skit on this on my Instagram. I don't know where it is. But like when I was in Europe, I would put on an accent so they would understand me better. Like, hello, do you have the steak with the fries? And a can of Coca-Cola.
You do such a good Dutch impersonation. I don't
Oh,
know
the Dutch one, yeah.
That was kind of Dutch.
Yeah, sort of. But like, I would do that, and then people would like, you're a fucking idiot. But I'm like, what? I'm going to walk in there and go, g'day, can I get a steak and fries and a can of Coke? They're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Did this cunt just say to me?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, because what's noticeable when you start traveling and particularly playing, we speak so quick. in like our English, Australian English, we speak quick compared to a lot of other languages.
All right, I have 2 points here. The first one is I'll round up the Lucy Zelich thing.
Yeah.
She basically was copping heat from social media and the public about how she pronounced words. I believe there is footage of her crying on TV with Craig Foster, and he's backing her up. Craig Foster is saying she's wonderful at her job. She's doing it. She's pronouncing the names correctly. She's doing what she's supposed to do. We must back her. So Craig Foster stood up for her. But I haven't seen her. She got embroiled in some political conspiracy type things recently.
What?
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen her around.
Right.
About
It's
the
also
names?
what?
No, it's not about knowledge.
Football left SBS though, didn't it? So
Well, that as well. But I believe she put some tweets out or something. It was either about like, don't take this for gospel, please. Nothing here serious. But it might have been about like politics or COVID or something. But
Oh, okay.
yeah,
one thing I will say on footballers, Australian footballers, why do they all sound wog?
Who are you talking about?
Harry Kewell's accent.
Does he?
Mark Milligan. What? I'm telling you right now.
Well, Harry Kewell's different. Harry Kewell lived in the UK from like 16.
I know, but it's hard. Okay, let me try to explain this the best I can. Australian footballers who have played in Europe or the UK or whatever, they've all got this distinct, I was really happy with the boys. I was really happy with the boys and the situation.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, I was really happy with the boys and, it was quality performance. What?
It's more English than... What did you say?
Feel like it's like...
Did you use that word?
What do you want him to do?
sort of.
No, I don't think that's what...
I don't think it was English. I thought it was more like even the Australian European players. Like I'm pretty sure I heard Troisi once. He's like, it's quality performance from the boys.
That's English, bro. It's an English twang.
Really?
It's an English twang that they have. It's not European.
What do you want him to come and be on the Honey Badger?
No, but
I'm
just
splitting
like
up with a gypsy with a mortgage, like post a World Cup for group game or something.
no, I just wanted
that would be weird.
I just wanted you to have a Caribbean accent.
yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we play good today.
yeah, man. Respect to the opposition.
Respect to Vietnam, but you know, I think that's a red card.
Have you seen that video on TikTok where the guy shoots and they're like, "Bomba!"
yeah.
Football in Jamaica would be funny.
Oh, bro. I think they have a decent team.
Speaking of Copa America, fuck the US. They just got knocked out in the group stages.
Did they?
Fuck America.
Yeah, but there is some big players coming through like Pulisic.
Pulisic is like already came through.
LeBron of soccer.
I think they've got some like Gio Reyna. Then the guy from Tottenham.
Dortmund.
No, who's the player from Tottenham as well? That Anschland. Oh god, Brennan
Tottenham
Johnson.
Oh no. Brennan Johnson's Welsh.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Who am I thinking of then?
Nah, there's McKennie, Adams. There's Hadji Wright for Coventry. He's good. There's
Balogun.
There's
the
the
striker.
Balogun, yep. There's
Yep.
the fullback for Fulham, Anthony Robinson, I think it is. They got some good players, but they fucking suck.
Yeah.
Sorry.
U.S.A. soccer.
I've got a US like agenda, so haha. And guys, sign my petition to have the World Cup moved from the US. Let's get it going.
Wait, what are your thoughts on? So what? 2026 the World Cup.
Yeah.
Do you actually have a petition?
1994 is the World Cup. Was the World Cup in USA?
Yeah.
So that's what 30 years.
30 years. Too much of a turnaround.
Way too close.
What do you mean?
They've had 2 in the last 9 World Cups.
It's gonna be an awesome World Cup.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's
US,
Is it?
Mexico.
well, it's in Mexico and Canada. I think it'll be an unbelievable World Cup,
I'll tell you why I'm
and it's
lobbying.
only in like, yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah.
That's woke.
So they just said, Noor just said they're expanding.
Yeah.
World Cup.
48
teams
teams,
now.
which is trash.
Oh
to me.
my gosh!
That's gonna make.
I won't jump topics. So
Well, that.
yeah.
What the? Okay, yeah. I won't
so-
jump topics either. Are we talking about the World Cup?
Well,
still?
I'll jump into my America hate. First of all, I don't like that it's spread across 3 countries that are large countries. Number one. Okay, that's why places like Germany and even Qatar, to some extent, were sick because it's like you can travel to different cities. It doesn't take you a day of traveling. Like, a few hours, whatever. I believe every stadium in Qatar, there was no stadium more than an hour apart. Germany's perfect. Italy, those smaller countries, sick. Love it. I know teams will be based in certain cities and all that, but across 3 countries that big?
Yeah, but the World Cup shouldn't have been in Qatar, bro.
No, it shouldn't have been. I'm just saying the size.
Absolutely bored and absolutely horrid how it all happened.
It was one of the best World Cups ever.
But true. So, same with Russia. Russia was a great one. For everyone that was there, said it was an unbelievable.
But then
World Cup.
again, Russia's big, so
that was heavily bought as well.
Oh, let's not get into the whole bought side of things because Australia should have had a World Cup by now.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's how we. Do you know? Yeah,
there you go.
No, we didn't. Did we sell it? Well, yeah. Do you know?
What?
Do you know?
Sold our soul.
Hold on, I don't know this. Let's not move past that point.
Well, no, I'm going to tell you a story of I was the
Qatar
Can you
guy.
just rephrase or re-say what he just said?
Well, he's saying that because. Well, do you want me to explain the
Because
process?
no one would have heard that.
Well, yeah. Point. So
Nor is saying that Australia
we sold our ticket to.
Okay.
But so what happened is, I think it was 2011 or 2012 when we were doing the bid for, or 2010, we were doing the bid for the World Cup, and I was captaining I was playing for the under 17s, under 20s, and I remember I went to the AIS, or not the AIS, Parliament House. And Lucas Neal was there, and we were standing there with the Australian Institute of Sport. And Lucas Neal is this is the group of players that we're bidding for the World Cup for, with the current Socceroo captain, with Kevin Rudd. We're just standing having a chat to Kevin Rudd. Yeah. And so we bid, the government's we're going to try buy a World Cup, because I think the ones we were bidding for, it was 2018 or 2022, which was our age bracket.
Yeah.
So we made the final 3. Government invested a lot of money in it. And it was out of Russia, Qatar, and Australia. And then it went to Russia and Qatar. Qatar's literally branded across all the biggest clubs in the world. And Russia's just a political powerhouse. So then all of a sudden it kept coming out that all these FIFA officials were getting arrested and jacked for money and stuff with all their votes.
Which one was the one where the guy went up to Sepp Blatter and threw the money in the air? Was that 2018?
He was probably an Arab, I think.
So, yeah, Australia I don't think Australia would, that's why the Women's World Cup was a smart and successful bid. But I'd be very surprised if they go for a Men's World Cup again.
So, but is that confirmed? What do you mean they sold it to?
That's your opinion.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, so I lived in Qatar when the bid happened. I was playing academy football there, and I got put into one of the campaigns that they created. They created 2 campaigns at the same time, right?
Yep.
And they ended up running with the other one. And the campaign that I did, they brought over Italian directors and all this stuff. The other campaign was created by an Australian agency, right? The same agency, I think, that won the 2000 Olympics bid. I'm pretty certain this is what it was. When it came down to FIFA guys voting on where do we want this to go, Australia got 0 nominations.
Sorry.
Right? Which doesn't make sense.
So corrupt.
Because it's the country clearly has history, has culture, has multiculturalism, has all the stuff, has beautiful sceneries. It's a place you'd want to. It's a white country, all this kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then it's how the fuck did you get 0 votes? So a lot of people were kind of maybe they just. But when you look at Australia's campaign, it's disgustingly shit. They had a kangaroo hopping around.
So to say what Noor said,
the ball landed in Julia Gillard's office and knocks up. It was
The ad for the Australian World Cup bid was horrible. There was kangaroos jumping around and all that. It wasn't good. It was, yeah.
Well, we would have had a better chance if we moved our island closer to everyone else too. It's a pretty
That's
far
another
place
thing.
to travel.
Everyone should have.
You can't deny America is going to host an unbelievable World Cup, whether you like them or not.
Yeah, you might get. I don't know. Might get shot.
And you've just got an issue with the US as
like,
well, because it's all surely you know it's going to be a good World
Why are you
Cup.
taking your hatred out on the US?
Hold on. I'm not taking it out on you. Hold on. Pause. South Africa. What's the time zones between South Africa and Europe? Are they the same?
I don't think you have to worry about time zones.
Yeah,
Qatar even switch seasons for the World Cup.
That's what I'm saying.
Time zone's got
Well,
nothing to
that's
do with it.
again comes to the power of money.
So
How does that work?
Take away time
Not only
zones
do
for
they
us.
get a bid for the World Cup, they can force the whole domestic football season across the world to change.
Yeah.
Just to fit into what they required, which probably they had to do it that way because it'd be too hot.
But I'm saying
still, the power to do that is insane.
I'm saying that the time zone wouldn't have been an issue for Australia. Just side
of course
point.
not.
Yeah.
And the distance of travel is probably it could go either way. It could be an attractive point of
Maybe.
But then the distance of travel within Australia too, once you're here. Like if you're going to have games Perth, Melbourne, Brisbane, you'd probably do
I don't think it would have been like that. Yeah, it wouldn't have been.
No way. They wouldn't have a World Cup in 3 states.
No one cares about Perth.
There's no way. They would have had it in
Sorry.
They would have had it in Adelaide, Perth, everywhere. They could not.
Well, put it this way.
There might have been a game in Tasmania.
You would have had 3 stadiums in Victoria alone. Right? Easily. Then you would have had 3 in Sydney alone. So there's already 6 stadiums right there. So, yeah, I know I said before the travel with America and stuff is big. It would be big in Australia as well. I just don't like the US.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm allowed to say that.
Locations because they've identified the cities for like the so many in America.
I can tell you what they are.
Do you know all of them?
I don't know all of them. I know most.
Okay.
So it's obviously going to be like Washington, New York, Boston, I believe, Philly, Mexico City, LA.
Is it like Dallas or something?
Yeah, there'd probably be one in Texas.
Then there's what, Montreal and
Atlanta probably.
And Toronto or Vancouver.
Yeah, at Vancouver, at Toronto.
We should fact check this.
Chicago.
I don't think there's as many as we think.
Do you want to say them after I say
Yeah, yep. Long live America.
There are 16 stadiums.
Yeah, I reckon we named them all. Toronto, Vancouver, Mexico City, Guadalajara, Monterrey,
Then you got Atlanta, Boston, Dallas,
Atlanta, Boston, Dallas,
Houston, Kansas, LA,
Houston, Kansas City, LA,
Kansas.
Miami, New York, Philly,
San Francisco, and Seattle.
San Francisco, Seattle.
So you didn't say LA?
Wow.
Oh, you did say LA.
LA.
Wow.
I mean,
Interesting.
I think I'm not going to get into my American propaganda hate here, but every time the coverage, I hope I listen to just English and Australian coverage. Oh my God. I was watching the Copa America today, right?
Oh, he's kicked it.
First of all, I hate how they speak. Second of all, the camera angle was a bird's eye view. If you go on Twitter, everyone's like, even Americans are saying, what the fuck is this coverage of the Copa America? Like, it is horrible. The game was literally like when you play that weird mode on FIFA, and it's like it was horrible.
What?
Yeah.
What? When you're watching the normal game?
I'll show you it.
Can you impersonate like what you heard?
I had it on mute because there was people in my house that I didn't want to know I was home. But
Who were they?
the cleaners.
Oh, okay.
What were they saying? I was like half asleep watching it. But for instance, I was watching a game the other day. Colombia versus someone. Wow. James Rodriguez is on 27 goals and 27 assists for his country. And then he scores a goal. Oh, he scored. That means he's on 28 goals and 27. He now has to find a way to level them again.
That's a pretty good impression. Right?
Shut the fuck up.
I think the issue is when they start using words that are not football words.
Yeah.
They start using American lingo or like American sport lingo.
Linebacker.
That's a laser ball.
Yeah. yeah.
A laser of a pass from Pulisic.
Yeah, because I don't think it's necessarily, for me, it's not the accent, because like when I hear obviously Aussies or just any nationality speak about football, as long as they're using football terminologies, I don't really mind it.
But see, this
When
is
they're making
They
up
call fullbacks.
no. I think you're going more on the side
racism
of
side.
slightly. No,
Americans aren't a
No,
race.
you're going on the side of people that maybe their football language and their knowledge doesn't seem as high level. Because if you hear like Jesse Marsh,
Xenophobic.
who's American, speak about like football, like it's entertaining.
I'm xenophobic towards American football fans.
So you're gonna? Yeah, I take it you probably shouldn't. You should go to like Canada and Mexico cities for the World Cup.
Man, if Australia's based in Mexico,
me and Rashid will go to the American cities.
Oh, man.
I'm going.
You might not get let through the border, bro.
Well, yeah. You can laugh.
You're going to be in Mexico City, man.
Laugh. Are you done with your point? My dad's banned from the US. No. You think I'm joking?
No, I believe you. It's a random.
My dad. Listen to
what does
this.
that have to do with you?
Wait. Why?
I'm going to explain.
Okay.
My dad, unless he's some underworld crime boss that I don't know about, or he's like in one of those terrorist groups, which he hasn't even got a speeding fine, my dad. My parents went to book a holiday to America. His visa got declined. They wasted all this money. The fucking stupid embassy here wouldn't tell them why they can't go over. They just said, we're not just giving you the visa. My mum's like, yeah, but why? They're like, no, we're not, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not obliged to tell you. So then my parents are like, what the fuck? So then they lost a couple grand on accommodation and stuff. And then they went to Greece instead. But
Do you know that he doesn't have like a criminal record or something?
brother, of course he doesn't.
No, my parents came here.
Why?
We lived in America. The Trump laws changed everything. It's because the watch list countries is where
The watch list countries.
That's a thing now.
Yeah.
Oh, but
Yeah,
you
certain
can't even
Middle
get
Eastern
a
countries-
holiday visa. Oh, because you might overstay and all that.
Well,
stuff,
no, if you've got like, for instance, if you like, I had a friend who's got an Iraq passport who'd been to America like 20 times in the last 12 years, couldn't get in last year.
Well, that's the thing.
Because they're like,
we
he
went.
acknowledged that he had a dual nationality. And he's like, but I've been there. And they're like, yeah, we know, like, blah, blah, but.
So is this the catalyst for the disdain?
That was like, oh, interesting, but the big catalyst for the disdain, great words, was when I was traveling Europe and I just saw how ignorant, loud, annoying. And another thing about their culture is I know a lot of American people and I love a lot of American people. But it's like I'm generalizing.
He needs to say that.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I
so-
genuinely do.
No, I know.
And I need
Yeah,
places
yeah,
to stay
yeah,
for the
yeah,
World Cup. You know, I've already said to a few girls, hey, I don't care if your husband's there. I need somewhere to stay in these host cities. But it's
Is that why you're doing what you're doing?
El Genius.
Oh.
El Genioso.
Were you going to share that? Or?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
that's, no, I won't actually. I
ridiculous.
better not. Patreon. You guys got to pay me if you want to hear shit.
yeah. Honestly, it's worth doing it. Fuck me.
It'll change your life.
It is absolutely
We
ridiculous.
don't even have a Patreon set up to be able to sell it.
No, you know what we're doing?
Which
We're
is
like
funny.
building
Yeah. Maybe it is there.
supply and demand.
Or is it coming?
Who knows? But yeah, I think, like, jokes aside, it'll be a great World Cup, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would have preferred my first World Cup to be in a country like Spain, Italy, Germany, like a footballing nation.
Football country.
But hey, it's an expensive World Cup too. It's the dollar's ridiculous.
That's
man.
another thing.
It is so ridiculous. And one thing we really struggle with that, like we get it, but we don't respect it enough because we haven't lived in it, is the whole tipping. Like,
Oh, I'm not tipping anyone.
Oh, you won't have a choice.
Oh,
you
no, I
will
didn't.
have a choice whether you have a continuous confrontation with like the service provider.
So I did that for a
Hold on. He's been to America.
Yeah.
Twice.
So did you tip when you were there?
No. I'll explain what I did.
Okay.
Right, I'll explain what I did. So the first time I went, family trip, I didn't know that tipping was a thing.
Right.
So I remember I was like, ooh, they treat you good here. Like you get to the hotel, someone grabs your bags without even asking. Ooh. We get to the room and they're just standing there. I go, thinking, you brothers all good? Like, what's the go? Oh, just waiting for our tip. Oh.
They say that.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, right.
okay. I don't have anything on me right now. Whatever, they left. We went to the Nike store. I was like, oh, this service is good. Now, apparently you're not meant to tip in, stores like that. But they were so on it that I was like, I lost my brother in the store. And I've said to myself, where's Max? One worker comes up to me. Are you looking for your little brother, curly hair? And he's actually in the change rooms. I go, oh, I'll take your bag so you don't have to hold that. I go, oh, it's another thing. They didn't ask for tips because that's a store, but I was like, oh, the over, you know. And then the worst one was I was in Las Vegas and we had this Russian lady cab driver. She drove us 5 minutes.
Yeah, that taxi drivers are
She drove us 5 minutes.
lethal.
My mum gave her a $5 tip. She goes, is this all? $5?
really?
My mum goes, I fucking work for my money as well. So I'm not just going to fucking, give you whatever you want. Slam it to left.
That's a good response.
Like, what the...
The most difficult ones and the worst ones is because the guys in the bathroom with the aftershave and gum.
Oh,
And
Deuce
it's like
Bigelow's dad.
Like, you accept that gum, they're like looking at you like, pay for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
And this is why I hate
Deuce
Hollywood.
Bigelow's dad.
Do you know Juice Bigelow's dad? Yeah. This is why Hollywood is the worst place I've ever traveled to. It's dirty, it's disgusting, whatever. But the street performers, when I was younger, pull out my phone, record, fucking getting pissed off at me because I didn't tip him. I'm like, brother, I'm Aussie cuz.
Hold on, is that now tipping or is that you're talking about buskers now?
Yeah, but if you film buskers here, they don't get mad if you don't give them money.
Right.
But
Over there, it's like, if you're
bro,
going to take a photo of me in my Spider-Man outfit, you got to give me $1.
It's
Well,
a really,
that's fair
it's a really tough.
Fuck them.
No, America's very much like, how there's this view in Australia, our economy is really challenging, particularly for the young to get ahead.
Yes, of course.
Well, America's like 5 times that.
Obviously.
Like in New York and stuff, it is insane. Then you've got like also a massive increase in like homelessness and all this sort of stuff. So it's like,
Can I just say though, like, I'll be serious here. Obviously, their minimum wage and stuff is crap. So a lot of people actually survive off tips, which fair enough.
So you're just contradicting yourself.
Jake. But this is the thing: if I feel the service is up to a certain standard, I don't have a problem when I go to the restaurant and the gratuity is 25% or whatever. I was like, you know what? He was good. He deserved it. I'm sorry. I don't care how fucking, right wing I sound. I'm not tipping you if you just threw my fucking food on the table and was shit and you took long and you didn't come check on us. Like, no, I'm not tipping
But
you.
didn't you just say that the service was really good?
No,
that was
in
a Nike store.
It was in like a
That was in a store.
a store that
Yeah,
literally has rights and values.
Yes. But like for other places where you're meant to tip, I'm like, that's another thing. everything's gross over there,
Just
brother.
not tipping for the sake of tipping. you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah, you want the service to.
Of course.
Yeah, okay,
Even here, if my barber kills shit, I'll throw in an extra,
Yeah.
Yeah,
fair.
I know tipping's not a thing here, and
Well, I wonder what's going to happen to the economy with the World Cup. That'll be interesting. What's going to happen to the American dollar?
Oh, it's gonna be fucked.
Prices of things while we're over there. Notice that I said that.
Yeah. While we're over there.
Oh, Rashid and I.
Okay, go.
He'll be in Mexico City just with a cigar and a pair of aviators on, FaceTiming us. Like,
Yeah, watching real football.
How's the game?
And everything's going to be yellow. You know how they color grade
Yeah.
Mexico as yellow?
You're going to have like, there's one of those like sombrero hats
Yeah.
on and everything.
You guys in the land of opportunity? I'm in a real country. Yeah, have fun sitting up in the nosebleeds of an NFL stadium where you can't see shit. Fuck America, man.
Well, it'd be great if we as Australia can qualify.
Well, that's another thing.
Yeah.
If we don't qualify, then it's like, fuck.
I mean, I still will go.
I'd still go for North
Yeah,
Korea.
well, that's the benefit of what's happened with the expansion of teams heightens our chances.
Well, how does it go then with the possibility of getting tickets to the World Cup if your nation doesn't qualify? We will qualify, but just
First of all,
Is that, well, I don't think it's the same as anything else, isn't it?
is it?
a ballot.
Do they not allocate certain number of tickets to?
I believe they do.
Oh, well, so if
One of the best experiences is
Yeah.
watching your home country play overseas, even if it's just watching out of, just because everyone
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
tourists
Yeah.
there. I did that for Matildas versus England in the World Cup last year. Just a great experience.
Yeah.
Germany, and you're just
Oh, you were in Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
bunch of Aussies at this pub.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
International football is really good, but I don't like the Nations League or friendlies. Like, international breaks are fucking bore off. But the tournaments are really good because of stuff like that, because you can, everyone sort of comes together.
the quality of games is going to slightly diminish. I was actually thinking of this. We should like this topic, but what do you reckon is better from a quality of football point of view, the World Cup or the Euros? I reckon it'd be the Euros.
I'm going to be real with you. This recent Euros, the quality's dropped.
Yeah.
But I still think,
You
but
mean
think
in general
of like,
or this one?
no, but think of like the quality of certain nations in the World Cup that make it versus the quality, how hard it would be to make it to the Euros.
On paper, the Euros should be better on paper, but then it's hard
I'm
to
talking
say.
like what is actually better. Like I know the South American nations obviously is the main feature.
No,
and
I
the
think
African
in the World
nations
Cup is better. I
could
think
be.
World Cup is better.
I mean, it could be, but with 48 teams, is it going to be?
And it's different. Obviously, it's different. But like the African teams, for example, they're not as.
I mean, Morocco made a semi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like normally, they're not as structured the way that the European
The best
teams
African
are.
nations are high quality. They're always exciting to watch.
But yeah, but that's
And
what I
it's
mean. I think they're a
style of
different
football,
kind of good.
But there's a huge gap between them and
difficult
everyone in Africa. I don't know if the gap in South America you would say is close. You'd have a better understanding of that. But it's really just the top two. It's the top 3 or 4 nations, and then it's pretty fair playing field.
And you're also talking about the early rounds because then once those teams get knocked out, quarters or round of 16, all that stuff, then you've got Argentina, Brazil, you've got
It's
Morocco,
weird.
You've got surely it's got to be World Cup.
Well,
Japan.
I was talking with my friends the other
Yeah,
day, and we were like comparing Copa America and Euro teams, and I thought that Romania. I said this: Romania would beat the USA, and everyone's like, nah, USA is too good. I genuinely think Romania would beat the USA. I know the USA might have more known players, but it's down to more than that. It's about chemistry. It's about structure, like you were saying. It just because your country has a few well-known players, like fucking Italy hasn't even made the last.
But there's only probably been Spain and Germany in the Euros, for example, that have blown away a team. And they've been pretty bloody good nations playing against some
Let me get
teams
this.
that you
hold
would
on.
class as...
Has there been a good team other than Spain and Germany?
There's been upsets.
Yeah, but I'm talking
playing
like...
actually good football.
Yeah, but why aren't they playing good football? Because the opposition's
I
not
don't
making
think
it that easy either.
No, I think that's fair.
Well, yeah, I'd 100% would
Wait,
be.
so you think the World
the
Cup's
11
harder?
guys on the field would be impacting the other 11 to not play as good?
Hold on. Who's winning a game? The World Cup winners or the Champions League winners?
Wait, sorry, say what
That's
you mean?
that's a whole different...
Is the Champions League better than the World Cup?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, think of Man City as a nation.
Yeah, true.
Insane.
What, you think Man City would beat
France.
Okay, the winner last year, Argentina or France? No.
I think because club level you can buy the pieces.
I think Man City would smoke Argentina.
I don't think so. I think the only difference is they spend more
Otamendi.
time together, so they gel better. I think that's the only thing.
One of Gavin's mates plays for Argentina. They're getting smoked by Man City.
I don't think so.
No, I think
honestly don't.
100%. Well, I think it's also that the coaches throughout Europe, they put like the World Cup's the one everyone wants, but Champions League's the hardest to win because of the quality of players and also like the smallest error loses you the game at that level.
Well, just on the Euros, some people have said it's been underwhelming. Some people have enjoyed it. I personally enjoyed it. Yes, it's been a little bit underwhelming at times. I think the biggest part on it is the bigger teams being so arse. Portugal this morning were abysmal.
England have been
abysmal. France have been grinding out results, lucky goals, whatever. Again, I haven't been watching for those countries. I've been watching for how the smaller nations do.
Well, nations like Slovakia, Slovenia, Georgia
Excellent.
have been super impressive.
I tell you what, mate, the way Georgia play on the counter is frightening. And it was a shame they had to come up against probably the best team in the tournament in Spain because Georgia are brilliant. They're exciting to watch. It's swashbuckling. You know, it's not like watching ultra robots. They hit on the counter.
And they're also out.
And but who'd they play?
Oh, yeah, but still.
Who do you have out of Germany and Spain? That should be the grand final.
Well, I tipped Germany before the tournament, so I feel like I'm going to stick with that. But Spain's probably playing the best football.
Oh, England's winning it.
Well, yeah, but how crazy is that? As well?
I think that could happen.
Yeah, England's winning it.
Yeah, when does this come out? Will England have played their quarters?
Oh, I think it might be a day before, but they got Switzerland, who I think they can beat.
How ridiculous is their run of games?
It seems so easy.
But you know what? So we were talking about this the other day. So it's done beforehand. I didn't realize. I knew they picked the groups beforehand, but they pick everything beforehand. So it's just by chance that they end up with that kind of a run, and it's because teams like who was it that got knocked out?
Like Italy. England would have played Italy.
Yeah, England would have played Italy. Yes. Someone else got knocked out early though. Who am I thinking of?
Croatia.
Yeah. So they would have played them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crap.
Italy
Germany,
showed
Spain
some signs. Like that's why the coach they're keeping him for another World Cup. Which
I'm
I
gonna be real.
I don't know if the Italians would like that.
But I'll be real with you.
You didn't like it?
Italy versus Switzerland. Italy fucking stunk out the place. It was one of the worst team performances I've ever seen. It was abysmal. It was literally abysmal. That's coming from a half Italian. I'm Italian. I wanted Italy to win it again. It was horrible.
Yeah, so
bro.
going back to your point, is that because Switzerland is so good?
Well, yeah, I haven't
they
watched,
are good.
I haven't watched a great deal of Switzerland to be transparent, but yeah, they're from all reports they're well
structured.
I think what I noticed, Granit Xhaka since 2023, has like not lost a game or something like that. So there's obviously this winning mentality that's vibrating through everyone as well.
Isn't that so crazy? How football can turn. The last I was hearing about him
throwing his hands out of the fans.
Yeah, it was the Arsenal stuff, clapping him off or whatever while they're booing him and blah blah.
Well, that's a good point. I'm going to bring up a topic now.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, I think what's so important with him, what changed his career was Arteta. Arteta like putting the arm around him, sticking with him, and then but that's the truth.
Yeah, I just hate Arsenal.
Yeah.
It is the truth though.
You're blinded from a lot of your age.
Yeah, his emotions cloud his logic. His emotions cloud his logic
crazy.
like you would not believe.
It's crazy because I'm not a pundit, so I can say whatever the fuck I want, really. I don't need to be on the fence.
Imagine he was a pundit on a panel having these...
But like, do you realise what he's just said versus his action? He says, I'm a pundit so I can say whatever I want.
No, I said I'm not a pundit.
Oh, I'm not a pundit. And I said, Arteta saved Xhaka, which is so true. And he's there going like this, implying he can say, he didn't even say anything. He's just fucking...
Yeah, just a jerk off, whatever.
He's just having a tug.
Yeah, he's having a tug. What do I want to do?
Yeah.
Nah, look, Switzerland, again, Jack has been great. He's coming off a season where he didn't lose a game with his club. They got a Kanji at the back who's fucking awesome. I wish we signed him. They're just well structured. They're a good team. They're pretty well balanced all over the park.
It's usually It's usually a sign of a nation that's going to do well, despite who they are, when they have players playing in top teams.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Isn't it? Like,
that's another thing.
I mean, you see certain...
Yeah, that's true.
But also going to Italy, like a few players have popped up from there that people didn't necessarily know about because the Italian league's not the most watched. So that's a good sign for them. But
yeah, anyone that thinks Serie A is the best league is tripping.
Yeah, I agree. But Spalletti freaking didn't let him play like PlayStation and have like no phones and stuff.
Nah, that's cap. That's cap. He came out and said it's cap.
Oh God, thank God
it's
for
cap.
that.
Yeah,
that would have like you've got to make those camps fun. Nah. Have you seen the inside the England camps?
Well, Capello was the worst.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
No tomato sauce, no slides.
Yeah.
Or like
that's like the young Aussie camps, bro.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they were awful.
Bro, I feel like you told me a story where you were at a camp, one of those camps somewhere, and you saw like Boca Juniors or something like that, just having chips and ketchup and shit and smashing people.
Yeah. You know, Ajax, when they won this tournament, we played
Ajax Amsterdam.
Yeah, Ajax Amsterdam, yes. With the coaches and the players.
Coaches and players.
Yeah. Yes, we played in this. Oh, this is a cool story, bro. We played in this tournament in Terborg, it's called. It's like this, I don't know, really small town. And we went as the Australian under-20 team, and I think they must have gone 2 years before because our coach was Dutch. So we had this connection. But it was 20-minute halves, and it was like the best academies in the world. So like Man U, Liverpool, Boca Juniors, Ajax, all these teams. We played against like, you know, the youth team we were representing Australia. And some of the teams and the players were unbelievable. I was going through like the manual of reading like players of the tournaments that had been there. And it had like Cafu, Steven Gerrard, like, you know, an under-19 tournament. How's this? I went in 2 years before. I think we were there 2011. 2009, player of the tournament, Australia, AARON MOOY.
Yeah, Moisey!
And I was like, whoa, that's how good AARON MOOY was. Because I remember watching him at the 2009 Under-20 World Cup, and he scored that free kick. Like just around the time, like that was pre-Jabulani ball, and the ball was like dipping and swerving, like when he was hitting it with like his shoelaces, essentially, which was almost really impossible to do. And he was doing that back then, but he was named player of the tournament. And we went there, and Ajax and all these teams were just like at parties drinking beers and stuff, and we're in bed by like 10, like doing piss tests and weighing ourselves, getting absolutely bopped. And I'm like, bro, just let us be us, you know? Like, we'll play better if we don't live in an asylum.
Do you know what's funny? You probably would have lost way more. You would have lost by way more if you were eating chips.
I think we'll
play better if we don't live in an asylum.
Yeah, 100%.
It's the greatest line of football history.
I am the biggest Ange fan ever, but you speak to majority of players that played in Ange's youth team setups, and no one enjoyed them. Which is interesting, right? Because like you can't go against Ange because of look what he's done. He's done something that everyone has done. But it is very, very unanimous of the way players were treated and the way they felt in those camps. That was one of the worst experiences that they had.
Hold on, but I how long ago was this? You were playing what, in the 90s?
No, this is like mid-2000s. He was coaching the 20s and shows.
Right. So fucking
90s.
So, but what I'm saying is I feel like now, I don't know if the Ajax kids would be doing that now.
Nah, you'd be surprised, bro. I think, like, yes, there's the side of being professional, but I think especially something that fans don't understand is there's such an artistic element of football that exactly like Jake's profound line is, I'm going to play better football if I'm not living in an asylum. Like, if you're not happy in your life,
yeah, of course.
And this is what people, like, fans don't understand when they see Marcus Rashford. He goes out and has a drink or something, and they go, "Oh, you're a professional footballer. You shouldn't drink." It's like, yeah, but if I'm absolutely miserable in my life and I don't even look at a cookie ever, there's some players that might work for. Maybe Cristiano Ronaldo, it works for him, and that's his style. And he enjoys his life being like that. But then there's other players like Ronaldinho. If you asked him to do that, he's going to start playing absolutely terrible.
Oh, yeah. Of course. That's why all Brazilians are fat when they finish.
Which is when people say, oh, they could have been good if they just did X, Y, Z. I'm always like, maybe not. Like, Ronaldinho, you say, could have been good if he was more professional. He could have been an absolute catastrophe if he was more professional.
Did you hear Željko?
Yeah,
Did you hear Željko Kalac talk about
opinion.
AC Milan? What it was like when he was there?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
That was
I've
insane.
heard things off the record.
No, but like when he's talking about the barbecues at Ronaldinho's house and stuff. It's amazing.
But shout out AARON MOOY. Can I just say on that point?
That was my point, by the way. How the players, the level of players that I saw there, that I can't remember names, that I'm sure have gone on to do stuff, but also the historical players, like Steven Gerrard in like early 2099 was like player of that tournament.
Yeah,
it's like 10 years later, it's AARON MOOY.
I don't think as Aussies we give AARON MOOY enough credit for how good he actually was, man.
He played
my God.
as a sort of, respectfully, right, a one-pace, two-pace kind of player.
Yeah.
He played in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The most athletic league in the world,
Yeah.
purely off his renowned technique and brain.
He genuinely could have played for a team like a Brighton right now. He could have played for a...
He did, didn't he? He played for Huddersfield and Brighton.
He could have played, like right now, though, how they are now. He could have played for Barcelona. I'm not joking. I reckon if AARON MOOY was put into Barcelona when they're at their best, you wouldn't notice, he's not up to it. I bet you.
I just look, this may go on a huge limb, but I'd argue he's one of our most astute technical players ever produced in this country.
Oh, no, he is, yeah.
But
I thought you were going to say like a hot take.
No, but like who's? I'm just trying to think who's better than him technically. Who was historically?
Barker-Daish?
Maybe Kuhl. No,
yeah, maybe
honestly,
Kuhl.
no. AARON MOOY's technique was ridiculous, bro. 2 feet. He could hit balls different ways. And also his
maybe like
techniques,
a Bresh.
Yeah, Bresciano maybe. But even then, I still think like AARON MOOY, no. Could Bresciano have played in the Premier League for
probably.
probably.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Low team.
I guess he could have.
Imagine this. Imagine he has a mohawk and tattoos up his neck. He plays for Barcelona.
What an outrageous call.
I'm telling you.
But he looks...
They've signed him on his image as well.
I'm telling you. I swear.
Real Madrid signed Thomas Gravison.
Real Madrid signed fucking Santiago Muñoz. And we know how that went.
Hey, Glenn. Yeah.
I've still got Mexicans. I've still got Mexican Americans in the comments saying, bro doesn't know ball. He thinks goal is not good. I fucking love goalers. He's just got shit tickers.
But anyway. You kind of forget about players quickly in this country. As soon as they stop playing for Australia and they retire, they're instantly forgotten about.
Well, he went Celtic after that, which is still a high level.
Is he retired now?
I believe so. Yeah, Moyes.
Yeah. Last year was his last year. Where did he play? Was his last club?
Celtic.
Was it Celtic?
He was. I liked him because he was no nonsense. He wasn't a personality. He just fucking got on about his game. He fucking did his job.
I personally think my only opinion of his career was that a player of his ability played in Scotland for way too long. And also he played in the A-League through some of his, arguably as he was getting at a point where he should have been in Europe. If he was playing in Spain, Holland, Germany, these type of countries, when he was playing in Scotland in the A-League,
he probably would have if he had a different haircut.
Well,
no,
I don't know if
that goes back to Rash's point of and I disagree with Rash on the whole. He could have been this, he could have been that. But if you wanted to take that approach, that goes back to that. It's like could have, would have, should have.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Like,
didn't.
Do you know what I mean?
Enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I'm not really a proponent of that, but I'm just being devil's advocate.
But what I'm interested in is where did he come from? Because he was at Wanderers that first season.
He was he went over to. He was playing for. If you check, I forget the club. It might be Kilmarnock or Dundee or something. But he was like Scotland from 16.
He was AIS though, wasn't he?
Right.
No, like he was playing like for a mid-table team in Scotland and was like kind of their number 10. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you could be a number 10. Like you were a number 10 or number 8 in the Premier League. Like surely, Bolton. Yeah, sorry, it was Bolton, and then it was he went then St Mirren.
Okay, to be fair, Western Sydney's better than St Mirren.
And to be honest though, when we would have played him first few years at Wanderers, and that year at City is different. He was different.
Yeah, he was more mature.
He was different.
Yeah.
If you look at what he's
he's obviously a very good player, but like at that point at City was like when we played him, it was like, whoa.
You were marking him. Would have been.
Yeah, man. He's like probably the strongest player I've ever
really
played in my life.
Like strong,
I
like
have I've played against people that are 7 foot tall and gone, I'm going into duel with them. I'm all good.
Did you play against Orlando?
I'm going to pull him, push him, whatever. Bro, this guy, I remember just running into it. It was like he's rock. Like a rock, bro.
Did you play against Orlando Engelar?
No, that's old.
Would have, yeah. It's City at Heart.
Because he looks like the strongest ever A-League player. Like, he looked fine.
Bro, he was sick. Yeah, remember his goal from halfway? He's got a goal. He's got one of the best goals in the A-League ever.
Yeah. So, AARON Mooy is the strongest player you've played against?
I think so. I just remember I have
strongest is in ability or strongest in physical?
No, strength.
Really?
Strength, yeah.
Hey, Noor, why aren't you
again, because like most central midfielders, not the lightning quick. He had footwork and he needed body work.
Yeah.
I love players that don't look strong, but they have this like weird strength.
Yeah.
Yeah,
low sense of Hazard.
Oh my god,
Hazard had incredible strength.
It's that ass.
Yeah. Bro, Mark Milligan told me that Neymar was the strongest player he ever played against.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
And I could be wrong. I'm almost certain he told me that. Mark, let me know if I'm wrong, but I'm almost certain he told me that.
Well, it wouldn't make sense, right? Because think of how many tackles he's bumped and righted since he was inception into Santos.
Think of how many defenders.
You naturally get some strength and some wisdom with like your body just gets used to that.
Well, think how many people he's ridden, you know? All right.
Why'd you look at me like that?
So, I meant defenders. So, I couldn't help myself. Yeah. It's a comedy pod at the end of the day.
It was more the eye contact that got me than the words.
I'm sorry. No pause. Play on. All right. Should we get into these questions? So we had a few listeners send in something. Now, Rash can't answer this one, but you can, I believe. Okay. So I'll try to turn it up as much as I can.
Oh, this is a recording?
Yeah,
so I'm answering whatever the recording is?
Yeah. So let's just put this in the player here.
So interested to see why.
Hey boys, how are ya? actually just had a genuine question. Just as a player myself, I just wanted to know if there's actually a genuine effect with sex before a game, the night before or the day of, and what are your thoughts on shagging and bagging pre-fixture? Just wondering if it affects the cardio or it affects the limbs. Shout out to Gavins and U.S.A. Great trim. All right, boys, all the best.
Yes, Alexander. Thank you. That was funny.
Why did that sound like Alexander was putting on a
Alexander?
voice?
Yeah, definitely.
What? Weren't they supposed to be anonymous?
Nah, you can type your name or you can be.
I thought he's like just stuff that up of the
Well, that
first
sounded
one.
like that person did not want to be known. That sounded like they were putting on a voice.
It did sound like they were.
I actually
putting on
thought
a voice.
I pointed at you first. I'm like, is that Jerome?
Anyway,
Why can't he answer that?
no, he can't. We just. What's your answer?
I think that's by choice. There's a player I played in Gold Coast, Robson, who used to shag 3 hours before the game.
Are you allowed to say his name?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care. He
Okay.
did it, not me. Just-
Okay, so what? He thought that made his performance better.
He did it, not me.
Yeah.
Oh, so you weren't shagging before games?
No.
You sure?
Well, I don't know if it's. I don't know. It was kind of instilled. I don't know how, but it was kind of instilled like any form of like, sexual activity going into a game would decrease your energy and your stamina. So it was like you kind of veered off it.
I believe it was Antonio Cassano that would have sex before every single game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something like I think it's all about the mental aspect. If you think that's going to waver on your mentality, if it's not, then go for gold.
Okay.
Trial and error, Like I mean,
What's this one?
Hay que elegir.
What? No, I know that voice.
Was that Montiel?
No. No, that's one of his Arge boys. That might be Franco or something.
Play it.
Beautiful job.
What?
Or
That's not one of those is Spanish words. What you just said.
Hay que elegir.
That's Spanish.
We can't answer that.
Oh, do you know what it means?
Yeah.
Oh.
so no, eh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, sure, we know whoever said that in.
Shaky naughty. Naughty little shaky naughty.
son.
Cheeky Montiel.
Is that Gavin?
It's not Gavin. It's not Gavin.
The question
Is a Gavin question.
Yeah, it's something like a. It's like a. Yeah. Anyway, move on.
I know it's one of the RG boys. Shout out you boys. We'll answer it on our Patreon. This is from, he put his whole name, Christian Spiroyanni.
This is a question for Gav. You're a good-looking man. How'd you go in Argentina?
What is going on here?
Solely focused on football.
What is going on here?
Gav's not here.
Guys,
So
let's put an M rating on the question.
I didn't even, you know what?
Wait, can I just
didn't
ask-
listen to it before the
Can I
pod.
just ask, was
obviously.
the Spanish before that in line with what we've just heard then?
Probably.
1,000 miles past that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your reaction was way too tame then for what you heard.
Yeah, 1,000 miles.
Well, that's really
Again-
strange that all the things that people want to know about from listening to this show across the first 15 episodes of how informative it's been about football is your heads have gone to sex.
no. I'll explain
That
why.
is-
I'll explain why.
Yeah, that's really strange.
I'll explain why. Let me explain why. I put this link up yesterday, and let's just say we didn't get many responses. Gavin put it up today, and all of these came through after that, and that makes a whole world of
So
sense.
is Gavin giving off like fuckboy vibes like...
No, I just think all of his followers are nymphos. Anyway,
Real
Wait,
strange.
next question. I've got a funny
Well,
audio.
if this
I've got a
goes-
funny audio to play at some point.
bro, what's wrong with people?
Again.
Oh, let's go.
I'm not saying this because Rash will get mad at me, but it's definitely not
I
me.
think it's worth reading, just not answering.
Okay. Who has the biggest body count between the three of you? I'll say this straight out. I'm on the bottom. That's all you need to know.
Oh, my
right.
God.
Let's get into some.
Hey, pause.
Hey, we always thought he lacked stamina. That is an drive-by and sniper from you, Norm, man. That is an absolute sniper of a shot.
You know what's funny? We can't even snip at that.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, I feel like, yeah, you
I can't even snip at what I'm about. Oh my God. Yes. Okay, let's get back to the football questions.
Is there only?
All right, I'm sick of our listeners,
Is there
bro.
any?
This one was about knobs. I'm not reading that one. There's some random guy pulling up to my training.
Absolute disaster.
There's some random guy pulling up to my training shirtless and shoeless, and my coach hasn't kicked him out. I'm the captain. What does man do? This could be real.
Sorry, say again. There's someone
Turning up to training shirtless and shoeless, and my coach is not kicking him out. I'm the captain. What do I do?
what?
Buy him a pair of boots.
Yeah, buy him a pair of boots.
Why is he not allowed to rock up shirtless or shoeless? I'd ask.
But also, why?
Player on the team or someone random walking around?
No, he said there's some random guy pulling up to my training shirtless and shoeless.
Okay, that random guy needs to be made more specific. Like an actual guy that's a trialist or a teammate, or just a dude that might be staying at the park.
I think it's funnier if it's a trialist. Like, hey boys. Yeah, I prefer to play barefoot. I prefer to ground myself.
Hey, boys.
Shirtless and shoeless, just with a pair of Kovo shorts on.
Well, to be honest, mate, if it is a legitimate kind of player in your team, just fucking help him out, man.
Yeah, get him
Be a decent guy.
Just go to decathlon.
If you're a captain and you shouldn't be captain if you're thinking about that.
Yeah, help him out, man.
That's 100% the truth.
All right, this one's a serious one. I'm an assistant coach for a state league side and we're fighting relegation. The head coach has no idea. Do I let the board know I've won the UCL and Premier League with Wigan on Football Manager? This might sound funny to some people, but I'm going to answer seriously. If you've won the Premier League and the Champions League with Wigan on Football Manager, you should be head coach. I'll tell you why. Will Still was a Football Manager genius, and now he's coached 2 clubs in Ligue 1 off his Football Manager past. If you genuinely think you can do a better job than the head coach, you go to the board and say that you feel like you should be head coach. But if you want to take the nice route, you go to the coach and say, listen, brother, what we're trying is not working. Can we just try my way for one side of thing? If he's like, no, I'm the head coach, then go to the board and undermine him. Fucking undercut him. But if he wants to take it on board, that's probably a healthier way to do it.
So just to double down on that, let's just make sure we get this right. So this man's had a really successful PC computer career.
Oh, yeah, but it's no joke, man.
Okay, the joke, but
Okay.
And based off that, you're saying 100% you should sweep the legs off the coach if you think you're going to be better than him because your use case and data points are off a computer game.
Well, my data points as well is that they're literally going to get relegated. So he mustn't be doing a great job.
Whether the head coach is good or not is a different discussion, but are we saying that your ability in Football Manager on a computer is transferable skills to real life?
Some.
Like what?
Tactical shit, for sure.
Oh, so you in a game you can just go hit pause and go click on the 3 circles and just change the formation, put the players in.
No,
just
I don't
like
think
that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's a different side of things. But I don't think you understand how intricate Football Manager is. Like
I don't. So explain
it's
to me.
No,
very-
I
clearly don't.
Rash. It's people have gotten jobs off how good they are at Football Manager. I'm not joking.
Yeah,
It's not like FIFA. It's nothing like FIFA.
I don't disagree, but implementing it on a PC game versus real life are completely different things.
Well, that's why I said.
What's the transferable skills?
I also you cannot carry that as a strong weight. Like I think, yeah.
What if it's like State 4?
Yeah, great. That's talking.
Well, it is State League.
Is that not like saying I'm really, really good at sports betting? So let me make strategic decisions for your.
No, because this is much. It's very detailed. Like football. Have you played Football Manager? Okay.
Yeah. So explain to me. As I said, how is it transferable skills? So, like, You're saying it's very detailed. What are the details that are transferable?
I would say an understanding of tactic-wise, for sure, right? I'm not saying everything. Obviously, you might be a nerd who's got no social skills and you might not be able to motivate a team.
I think, but that's probably the biggest difference. That is the biggest, like, especially in the state leagues, you're not
going to be as tactically...
Like, maybe he could be an analyst for a club.
Maybe.
And be, okay, I understand an analysis, but to be then a head coach is that's why there's two different roles.
Well, he's also already the assistant. So there's that. So he has to have something. He's not just a random guy. He's the assistant coach. Yeah. So he knows the team already. He knows the club. He's obviously there.
Yeah.
And that might even be a little bit of a joke on his end, but obviously he's not going to go to the board and say, "Oh, I've won Football Manager, I should be the coach." But like, you can learn stuff from that game. I'm not going to bypass that. But like I said, the healthy way to do it is to go to the coach and be like, "Brother, we're in a relegation fight. Your tactics aren't working. Can we try some of mine?" Yeah. If he completely shuts you out and says no, and you genuinely think you would do a better job and you're not best mates with the guy, then go to the board and say it. Fuck, well, I mean, if you really want to be the first team coach.
I don't know, man. I have an element of like maintain your integrity and don't do stuff like that.
But what if he wants to become a head coach? What should he do? Go to another club?
I think you have to prove yourself as an assistant coach and people will give you the opportunities. I don't think maybe you can go ask for opportunities at other clubs and things like that, but I don't think you go behind the back of your head coach to try to... That kind of stuff happens a lot. That kind of stuff happens a lot in football. Players trying to get rid of coaches trying to get rid of coaches. I don't like that.
So it happens all the time at the top level, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I don't
sniping on jobs. And
I don't like that at all.
It's so intrinsically in the game. I mean, even Erik ten Hag at Man U, they literally told him they had spoke to Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, they do.
Like, it's the industry.
Wait, have you guys never, be fucking real here, don't lie to me, because I'll know if you're lying. I won't, but whatever. Have you guys ever been in a situation where you thought, Jesus Christ, we need to get this coach out? And like, I'm in the change rooms with a group of boys and we all agree and we're on the side of like, fuck. We might have to have a talk to someone at the club here.
No. I've obviously thought we need to get rid of this coach, but I don't think it's on me to then start having conversations and telling people.
But what about team leaders and stuff? Did they ever?
Oh, that's a dangerous rope to walk because the manager's the boss. Whether you think it and whether you act on it are two very, very different things.
I've heard stories of people doing it.
Oh, they definitely do it. I know stories.
You've got to also think, right, like... So I spoke clearly about Miron a few weeks ago. Like, that was a fairly unanimous thought in everyone's mind.
Blind bird.
But you've also got to think, right, even if a coach, you're like, this guy's definitely not it, and other people share the same views, he's still picking 11 players to play. And the purpose of being a footballer is you want to play.
Of course.
So you're going to, like, if you do walk that rope, someone's going to get pissed off.
Yeah.
So you don't only maybe lose the coach, and like the coach freaking hates you. You might lose some of your teammates.
Oh, the grass is not definitely always greener on the other side.
I don't think it's ever greener with that strategy.
The grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah, I think people if that's happening, people in a football like making decision, like a director of football, are not connected to the dressing room if they don't know that.
Oh, John Terry told Andre Villas-Boas to basically get fucked, and that was the best decision ever.
Yeah, there we go.
No, John Terry's...
It's got nothing to do with the
John
football.
Terry's point on Villas-Boas was fair, but I don't think he... Did you hear what he said about that?
Yeah, I know the story, yeah.
Yeah, well, do you not agree with his point of view?
With John's?
In regards to the way he treated the
it's
senior
horrible.
players
Yeah, it was
when
horrible.
he first came in.
Yeah, that's horrible.
But hold on, you're
that's
saying he said he told him to get fucked.
Basically.
Yeah, but
I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's
my view's different on that. I think if you want to tell someone to their face,
the coach,
you're no good.
The coach.
That's completely up to you.
The coach, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what let's explain the story.
Basically, that all the first team players were in first class on a flight, and Villas-Boas made them sit. He had some academy boys in first class, and he had some first team players in economy. And John's like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "When me, Didier, Lamps, we're not leaving this plane until all the first team players are in first class and the young boys are in economy."
So if you want to put your career in jeopardy by going head on with a head coach like that, if you've got the guts to do that, that's fine.
Did you ever
I
have
think integrity, I'm saying, like, don't go behind people's backs and get them their head cut off. I don't think that's...
But you had those thoughts, you just never did it.
What?
You had the thoughts of, fuck, I wish we get rid of this cunt.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, but I think it's more complex than that. Like, it's very hard to tell, is it just the coach that's the issue? I don't think it was ever, from my perspective, I don't think a coach was ever that bad that it was like, he's 100% the issue. There was lots of other issues going on that, I never felt in... I think for me, honestly, I'm the type of person that I see faults in myself. I'm very self-critical. So it's very hard for me to go, that person's bad, like it's their fault that we're losing. And it's not mine at all. Like, that's very hard for me to do, which is part of the issue.
What about
It's a different
you?
discussion, I think.
Have you ever clicked up and wanted a coach out?
Or like, have I ever tried to initiate it?
Maybe not you, but you've sort of said, yeah, if you're going to bat for us, I'll back you.
No. I retired at 22. So if I was involved in that as a kid, that's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, true.
So,
damn, I thought you were retired.
But have I had views that I'm like, yeah, like the club needs a new change, like it needs to change of direction? Absolutely.
On Miron.
Yeah. Even no, not so much. Yeah, maybe times in Adelaide. Definitely. MPL clubs. I mean, every kind of coach I almost ever had, bar maybe one. I was like,
damn.
They didn't know what they were doing. In my opinion. I mean, like, you go to a training session, it's like going back to under 12 sometimes. Like, there's no real sort of, maybe that's changed now, but when I was in it, there was no real patterns, there was no real movements, there was no real identity being pushed into any team. Which,
I think it's still the same, to be honest.
When you've come from Josep and Jan Slane, it's freaking football. It's just, you just stand on the field like this is.
I think you probably got 2 or 3 that do have that side.
Yeah, apparently there are some, but I mean, when I was playing in the MPL, the only team that had like an actual football identity was Bentley Greens.
Yeah.
When John Anastasiadis was their coach.
Only Greek players.
Was it? No,
I'm fucking with you.
They're all Irish and Scottish.
One of the boys from my team blamed a goal on me while I was on the bench, and the coach believed it. Should I snap this kid in training?
Oh man, we need more context for these things.
Well,
what does that even mean?
Let's go. Can we just let's go into this, because I think that there's a few criteria to that. But my natural first instinct is 100% snap him
and end his career.
100. No.
Just staunch him, maybe.
You don't get walked over by a teammate.
I agree.
So if you're getting walked over and put down to be like made out that you're a shit player, or you're lesser than what that mistake was, and those things happened in football, like at the top level, that would fucking happen.
Yeah, it reeks of bullying.
Yeah, that's shit. That's not a nice teammate, and that's a snap.
Snap
100%, bro.
Fucking rock.
Don't doubt that. But if it's like you've headed it over the keeper and it's gone in, it's like, well, that was your fault. Well, yeah, that's a bit of a different story. But if it's
ran onto the pitch, scored an own goal.
Do you know what I mean?
Dickhead.
You've shinned one top corner for no reason, and he just said, "Fuck, that was his fault." Well, then, yeah, I mean, it's common sense.
Few more quick ones. Is it worth... Again, these need more context, but let's just answer them for what they are, because we can't really ask for more context. Is it worth quitting football at 18 for other priorities in life instead of potentially being able to play seniors? I'd do this if I was you. If you know you're not going to make it pro, which you probably already know by now that you're not, if you're potentially playing seniors, then maybe drop down a level or 2 so the commitment's not as high, and then you can still play football and enjoy it whilst... getting a job or going to uni or whatever.
Yeah. My answer is always the same for this kind of stuff. You, if you're honest with yourself, know what you want to do.
If you flip a coin, you know what you want it to land on.
If you enjoy football, keep playing. You've retired a long time.
Is it better to play NPL under 18s or State League Resis for development? I feel like we answer this question every week.
What is it? Yeah.
I feel like you just need to play where you think there are better resources, whether that be a better coach, better space for you to grow. And that could be either NPL 18s or it could be State League Resis.
Yeah. And also, don't undervalue enjoyment.
Yeah, that too.
That should be your main priority. If you're not playing it in the NPL or professional, it should be really built around enjoyment, in my opinion.
What happened to Gav's Lanka cap? Ask him. I think he's going over there to try to figure it out or something. And then someone else has said, why did Rashid never play for Kenya?
Oh. Do they have a team?
Yeah. Yeah.
The real question is why you didn't play for Barbados, because you would have got an international
Do you
cap.
know who apparently, I think, I don't know if he got capped for him, but you know who had Barbados, Bayesian
Heritage.
Yeah, Paul Eiffel.
Yeah. Bro, do you know how many
I don't know if he played. Can we check if he played for Barbados?
Paul Eiffel.
Wellington Phoenix legend.
So many people, like so many Caribbean footballers in the UK that know they're not going to get like a Jamaica or an England call up. They'll go play for a Antilles or a
absolutely. They'll go play for Jamaica and stuff. Yeah. Cameron Jerome. Yeah, he played. Paul Eiffel played for Barbados. There you go.
Do you want to answer on that really?
It's pretty easy. So basically, I got
They asked you, didn't they?
I don't know how much you could consider it called up.
It was a Facebook DM, wasn't it?
It was a WhatsApp message.
Oh my God.
So a WhatsApp message saying, I found out you're part Kenyan and blah, blah, blah. I don't have a passport or any of that stuff. So obviously it starts to be the conversation of like, we can sort that out and we can work that out. But I don't know whether they could.
When you got this though, you could have... like, for instance, this was pre-Korea, yeah?
No, this was in Korea. This is also the main point of the topic is that I was in Korea at the time. It was towards the end of that season and COVID was rampant at that time. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Kenya and then never be able to leave again. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that for 2 caps.
But how old were you then?
31 or... Oh, no, sorry. No, it was before. Sorry.
You've been lying about your age.
29.
Were you 29 in Korea?
Korea, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's different. Yeah.
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 I would have done the same thing.
Could have been worth taking.
But also...
Play the African nations.
It was also... I don't know how it would have worked because as far as I know, Kenya doesn't allow dual citizenship. So then I was like, how does that...
What was the likelihood of this being a scam?
Yeah, could have been just some random...
I'm going to be real with you. Kenya did not want you. That was some random cunt.
Oh, but it would make sense, though. It would make sense. Like, if I looked at their team and the level of the players that were playing...
No, you'd be number 10 in Medio, man.
He would have been like John Obi Mikel when he plays 10 for Nigeria.
Obi Mikel was a bowler, bro.
Yeah, he was, but Rash would have made the Kenyan side, I'm telling you.
Well, yeah.
He was playing K-League. Of course he would have.
Yeah.
And you would have been, oh my God.
I think there was only maybe 1 or 2 other players that were playing at a level that would be considered at a higher...
Bro, people play K-League and play for Socceroos. That's why I was asking the age, because like then all of a sudden I would also be questioning whether that would be the right move if there's a chance.
Do we, we're at 90 mins. Do we play this little game or do we wrap it?
Let's play the game.
All right. Get your
90 minutes?
whiteboard. Yeah. Get your whiteboards ready. 95. Jake, get your whiteboards ready. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you both the fixture at the same time that you have to write for, and then we're going to go through and see who got...
I can't pick up.
Okay. Hand it over to you, buddy.
How did you get your fingers under that?
I don't know. I'm just not a diva footballer. Get my hands dirty. All right. All right. Now.
So we're going like this, yeah?
Yep. So, yeah, write it in like how you would like write a formation, basically.
Championship manager.
Yep, championship
maybe
manager.
You want to go home and download that and restart that again. Because I remember When I had that, I remember back in the day, I had like Hernan Crespo up front for Aston Villa. And I was
Aston
Champions
Villa?
League. I won the Champions League back then as well.
Yeah.
So,
And
should I at 12, should I have gone into,
Yes.
Yeah, Oakley Cannons has said, brother, I think maybe get rid of Stuart Monroe. I've just
Well,
done
he
it
didn't
with,
say
I've just done
NPL,
it with Villa.
He didn't say NPL, did he?
Oh, what did he say?
So you could have went to your under 12 mini roos and said, boys, Hernan Crespo is firing for me. Anyway, Rash, your fixture is...
Hold on. What are we doing?
Okay, I told you at the start, but I'll retell you. Oh, for the listeners, fair point. What I'm going to do is I am going to give the boys one A-League fixture from their time at the club, and they are going to try and remember the starting 11 from that game.
We got to put him in the formation and position?
Yeah, just put
starting 11?
just do a rough formation, and if it's the same players...
Are we competing or you're doing one for me?
I feel like if you get formation and positions right, that should be a bonus point.
Yeah, I'm going to sort you out after with a bonus prize.
Well, I'm going to get my shirt back that I gave James Brown.
Yes. So
buzzing.
The competition is how many you can get out of 11 and how many Jake can get out of 11, but different fixtures.
Cool. Oh, see.
Your victory game,
Sweet. Yep.
you're an Adelaide game.
Sweet.
Okay. Radelaide.
Oh, shit.
Rash, your game is Melbourne victory versus Brisbane Roar, round 13, 2013-2014 season. That is your game. Mr. Barker-Daish, your game is Adelaide United versus Sydney FC, round 13, 2013-2014.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What year did I sign for Victory?
You're in the squad.
No, but what year did I sign for Victory? Because I'm trying to work out what year of mine that is.
You'd probably know better than me. What year did you sign for Victory? It was 2012, 2013, wasn't
I
it?
thought it was 2012, 2013. 2013, 2014. We won it 2014, 2015.
Yes. So it would have been the year before.
So I must have signed 2013, 2014. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. Brisbane versus Victory, round 13.
Yes, at home. Ooh. Now, Daishy boy over there has got off to a flyer. Oh, I like this. This is a good game.
Shit, this is hard.
I'll edit this time out so you don't have to worry about that.
Is it away or home?
Home.
He's going to win this shit, man. There's
He
no...
might. He might.
I genuinely
I know
can't-
which game
I'm
he's
not sure I
talking
can
about,
even...
that's why.
See, I'm not sure I can even remember what players
It
were in the
depends
squad
which-
that year.
Well, because also 2014, 2013, we would have played them 2 or 3 times. So which one is it? You say the round?
I said round 13. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh...
I like this. Fuck, there's some funny players here for Sydney FC, eh? We'll do another minute, I'd say. There's a name in here that's funny. Fucking hell. Fuck, remember that cunt? No. Yeah. I mean, yeah, in all-time keepers, Pickford's probably not even top 20. Oh, it's current. Are you on Google, cunt? Because that would be cheating.
No. I've already done my team.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. So,
Do we hold it to the camera or something?
yeah, hold it to the camera. But what we'll do is I'll do Rash's first,
Okay.
right? And he's going to go through the team from keeper to the front, right?
Hold on.
And then I'm going to say whether it's correct or not. So each position.
I'm going to say it.
Yeah, so you say the name and I'll say correct or not.
All right.
Wait, do you want to explain the formation you've gone first?
Yeah.
Okay, so show us what you have.
All right. 4-4-2 with 2 wide wingers.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
this is a famous formation of victory.
Now, who do we have in goals?
Nathan Coe.
Correct.
Tick.
What
What a legend, Nathan Coe.
Who are the defenders?
Left back, Traore.
Yes.
Contreras.
No.
Contreras.
Leia.
Yes.
Guerria.
Yes.
Brox Milligan.
Yes.
DMs?
Yes.
Nichols Troisi.
Yes. Yes.
Archie on the left.
No.
Gotch.
And brother is useless on the right. Who? Barbarouses.
Yes. That's not bad.
bad.
So you
Not
got
bad.
9.
Who was it? Connor Payne on the left.
Mitch Nichols?
No, I already said him. Connor Payne. Who was on the left? Who's the winger? Who's the other winger?
You said Archie.
Yeah,
Troisi.
Hold on. You're missing someone.
I'm going to tell you who we got here.
Okay, just
Nathan Coe.
Yeah.
Lee Broxham.
Yeah.
Adama Traore.
Yeah.
Nick Ansell.
Yep.
Maybe it was a different formation. Mark Milligan, Leia, Guerria, Finkler, Troisi, Nichols, Barbarouses.
You didn't say Gee.
Wow.
Did you say Gee?
I didn't have him on the field.
Yep.
Because there was a period there
And everyone
where
came on except you.
There was a... I
that's
remember
serious.
this game, bro. Yeah.
Jago
Damn
came
it.
on. Chris Cristaldo. Remember him?
Chris, yeah, good player.
Who's that?
Yeah, I do.
Chris Cristaldo.
Hernan Espindola's cousin.
Oh,
Scott
yeah. I
Galloway.
remember it.
And yeah, you didn't come on, Rash. Everyone came on.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad, bro. Not bad. I feel like Jake is going to get everyone plus the
I
subs.
don't think so. Oh, was I supposed to do subs?
No. Okay.
What now?
All right. Turn the thing. Who do we have?
Gone for a 4-3-3 here.
4-3-3. In goals.
Eugene Glekovic.
Correct.
Are you giving me next position? Oh, no.
Just
I give you okay.
defenders.
Okay, I've gone Daniel Bowles right back. Could be Tarek Elrich.
You can't
Wrong.
have 2, bro.
Okay.
Bowles is wrong, so that's one wrong.
Okay. Didn't know who that. Jordan Elsey.
Wrong.
Oh, I'm coming up top here.
Johnny McCain.
Correct.
Tarek Elrich.
Hold on. He only needs to get one more wrong and I win. Is that right?
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah. Who'd you say? Tarek Ulrich? Correct.
I'm pretty sure I've got the rest right.
Okay,
Because
let's
I didn't
go.
know the fullback and
Come on, baby.
straight a half situation. Osama Malik.
Correct.
JBD. Jake
Barker-Daish. Correct.
Stephen Lustica.
Stephen Lustica. Mitch Bevan. Correct.
Awa Mabil.
Wrong.
He didn't start. No way Mabil didn't start.
No way, my bill.
Bruce Gitte.
Shit, sorry, I've moved the whole carpet.
Yes.
Fabio Ferreira.
Yes.
Can I just say, this was also rigged. You've put a game that he played in and a game that I didn't play in. Of course, I'm not going to remember a game that I didn't play in. Why would I remember that?
You won.
Yeah, but that game.
I don't care.
To be honest, bro, the
if
game.
I'm not playing, I don't care.
Yeah, but the game that I played in is a harder game to pick because a lot of players.
Yeah,
a lot of players were out. So who was the 3 that I got wrong?
So Sergio Sirio.
Sidio
wow.
played.
Yep. I'll just go through it. Osama Malik, Michael Zulo, Jonathan McCain, Tarek Ulrich.
Zulls.
Stephen Lustica, Isaias.
That's an obvious one.
He's gonna
as well.
hammer me, bro.
That's an obvious one as
Oh
well.
my God, Mickey Z.
I
Sorry,
feel like
brother.
I never saw him start on the bench ever.
No, yeah, well,
His
because
whole
I knew
career.
I knew Cassio didn't play.
Well,
and then
Bruce Gitte actually got subbed in the 20th minute for Awema Bill.
yes.
Actually, there was a period where
Fuck,
Zul's,
that's why I got it mixed
there
up.
was a period at Adelaide where he wasn't playing, wasn't it?
Well, Cassio.
Yeah,
also
that's
there
right.
too.
Yeah.
Well done, Rash.
Okay, cool.
Who else can we do? I might do this with every A-League guest.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a good one.
It's a good segment.
It is a good
Remember
segment.
the,
yeah, Rashid.
All right, I don't have enough money to keep going.
Yeah, cool.
So... Fuck Jake Barker-Daish.
I'm not sure if that's ever been said on a pod before.
Okay.
Just lie.
I think this is a good time to inquire about sponsorships.
I'll take
Being one of them-
anything. Pause. Anything at this point. All those people I said no to, hit the DMs again. Nah, I'm joking. Don't be a burger company either. We don't eat those around here. Ladies and gentlemen, Jake
Hey,
Barker-Daish.
thank
You're
you,
going to be
buddy.
our super sub. You do know that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know if Gav's going to want to come back on after all these questions.
What questions?
The ones
gonna
we've read
tell
out
you.
that were all targeted at him.
Oh yeah,
Free
that's
sexual orientation.
that's he should do his own podcast on maybe
Yeah, I think that's a separate channel.
health.
But yeah,
Health
declaring
in the
family
body.
back, boys.
Thank you, Jakey. Suited and booted. Thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe on everything. Keep running up them follows. And that's all she wrote.